Hi guys, so I got a card from the Santa Muerte Oracle Book of the Dead by Fabio Listrani. I love this deck, but it's new to me and I'm new to it, so we are going to read from the deck. The book. It is number 29 with art. Art is doubtlessly one of the most important aspects of life. Once man descends from the trees and satisfies his primary needs, such as building a roof to protect himself from the elements and finding food, the first thing he did was paint the animals he hunted. Art allows us to create a narrative about the world we live in, to make it less ephemeral, I can't even say that word, so whatever, to communicate to our highest and most noble thoughts to others, such as those that come from our emotions, which is number 18 in this deck, throughout the use of intellect, number 22 in this deck. It allows us to give a comprehensible form to otherwise impenetrable concepts, such as those that come from the world of emanations or personifications of the divinities illustrated in the world of creation. Whew, boy, a lot of long words. I do that sometimes too. Like, it's different when you don't know what you're about to say. Anyway, and so this part, like, it gives you that, and then it gives you like a little bit of advice, and this says advice from the dead. Your project has taken on an important scope, and it is necessary to communicate it and transmit it creatively to the outside. And I don't know, I've kind of felt like I'm in this aspect right now. I'm doing a lot of things that, are creative and different, and in different aspects, because I like to do all kinds of things, and I feel like this is a time where, if you are working on something creatively, no matter what it is, I mean, even if you can't paint, can't write, you can't, create something, there's something that you do from your inner being, and you create, and that transcribes the feelings that you have. It's your explanation and your expression of the world and how it works, right? And I feel like right now that's so important, because we're so busy looking at how everybody else does things. And when you look at the problems that are in the world, it's because people kind of block that off, right? So anyway, not to get too deep, but I feel like this is important. Somebody, you need to know this, that you need to put whatever it is that you're working on, put it out there, because whatever you're expressing needs to be expressed, okay? And so the first row, I'm going to do like I always do. This is who this reading is about, whether it's collectively or personally. And we have the world and the star. So this is just beautiful. So the star, a lot of times when you have that as a person, a lot of times that can be some type of spiritual expression. It can also be saying that now is a time to bring that out into the world. Also with the world, when you have that as like your first card, like in a reading, a lot of times as the person, this is saying that you're kind of like a big player in the world. And it's also saying that the world is ready to hear what you've got to say, or to see what you have created, right? So I feel like this is definitely saying that you have something deeply creative and spiritual in nature. Whether you believe that or not, I believe all creation and all art is spiritual in nature. And I feel like that is an expression of those deep understandings of what makes life living, right? So whatever that is, it's time for you to bring it out, and you are meant to bring it out. You are meant to express this to the world and be a world player, right? Whether it's small time, maybe it's little, or maybe it's just community, or whatever it is, your need to express is divinely supported. So let's just put it that way. And so my second column, as what we need to focus on, we have the Seven of Swords and we have the Ace of Cups. I feel like this is saying that you are somebody who needs to focus on the details, maybe, or perhaps kind of refine the details a little bit to kind of get this thing out there. As the Ace of Cups, I feel like this is representative of your new creative beginning, or your project, or something that you are bringing out into the world. This art that you are doing, in whatever shape, form it is. It doesn't even have to be like a tangible thing. It can be your expressiveness, something that you can bring out of your soul. You know what I mean? Your expression of soul into the world. And it does kind of need a little bit of refining or strategy in a way to express it in a way that can be heard. So not necessarily your message, but in the way to get it heard. Not not taking away from your message, but the ability to bring out your message. That's what we need to work on. That's where the strategy needs to be. That's where the details need to be a little fine-tuned, is how are you getting this out? How are you going to collect the resources or use your resources to put this out? But I feel like this is something that is very divinely supported. So I feel like whatever you have to give, whatever, even if it's your essence, because sometimes we could be doing something little, like I'm making an affirmation deck, and that might be something that might not seem like a big deal to people, like it's going to change the world or anything, but this could be like a vehicle or some type of strategy, or it's also a way to kind of be able to do the things that you want to do, or put out that energy that you have, or your opinions that you have that might spark that in others. And then we have my third column, which that's always like my support, or whether that's support, energy, resources, or people around you, or qualities within yourself. And we have the Page of Cups, and we have the Four of Pentacles. Now, Four of Pentacles as an asset to me is somebody who is aware of their foundations. This is somebody who is stable in who they are and understanding what they have to use, right? They're learning how to be stable in their resources. And I also feel like with the Page of Cups, this drive that we have, that Page of Cups, which in this deck is the Princess of Cups. This is somebody who has the that awe for that passionate part of life, whether it be love or creativity or art or spirituality. This cup, this love for this cup, and this all of what is, right? That is your stability. That's what kind of is the grounding for this creative project. This definitely makes me feel like you are somebody that, and I just got chills when I said that, so that must be what it is. The way that you look at things, the way that you express, the way that this thing that you're creating or you're expressing, that's your grounding, that's your foundation. So build from that, feel with that, right? So don't think, feel. And I don't know. Anyway, so I think that's beautiful. And in my last column, which for me is always kind of like the next step or like the advice, we have the Seven of Wands and we have Temperance. So Seven of Wands, a lot of times that can be being defensive, but it can also be being, that's one of my spiritual protection cards. But it can also be another strategy card, especially since we have the Seven of Wands and we have the Seven of Swords. I feel like, 7-7 might be something special for you. But also I feel like this is saying that you need to maintain your boundaries, right? Maintain just to keep yourself safe. Because a lot of times when we do things like that, either we physically could have issues like out in the world, not so much physically, but like say you're selling something, you want to make sure you protect something like that. If you have something that is yours, you want to make sure you cover your assets. Cover your assets, that's funny. But you also want to protect your energy, right? Because a lot of times when we expend energy, sometimes that leaves us vulnerable, which is a beautiful thing. But also not to take on other people's things. Like if somebody critiques your idea, feel with yourself, like within, what that really means to you, and if it's worth listening to. No thanks, I appreciate your opinion, but this is mine, you know what I mean, that type of thing. Don't allow people's negative criticism, that type of thing, to kind of bring you down. So that's another way I feel like the Seven of Wands is kind of like our advice. And then with the Temperance, I feel like being patient, because a lot of times when you're beginning something or you're putting something out there, sometimes it can be stressful and you want things to happen now, especially if you're somebody like me. But also I feel like Temperance can also be, that alchemization, that using this to kind of uplift you. And I got chills again. So I don't know if that's what that means. You know me, I don't have a definitive understanding of anything. I just go with the flow. But when I get twinges like that, that's when it tells me that it means something. That's when it sparks something in me. So that means maybe it's sparking something for somebody else. But I feel like the Temperance is also saying to alchemize, those emotions and those feelings. And if you're somebody that's bringing those out, whether it's happy, sad, mad, whatever, express it. Express that art. express that inner creativity, and whatever it is that you're trying to get out, express it. And that's how you transform. That's how you alchemize, right? That's how you learn the lesson in an energetic level. We learn the lessons in our patterns and our understanding of the behaviors, right? And even in our emotions, we learn how to understand what our emotions mean. Just like just now, when I feel those chills, sometimes it means that it's deeper for me. That idea I spoke always means that okay, that's a ding 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 for me. It's the same thing. That's alchemizing too, but also alchemize it in a way that you let it flow through you. When you let things flow through you, like in meditation, you're not stopping your thoughts, but you're allowing the thoughts to go through so they don't overtake you, and you use that energy for the good. You use that energy for your transformation. And then I pulled 2 other oracles. I did a Herbal Astrology oracle, which is number 6, with Sage, Blessing. Upright is blessing, purification, invocation, sacred gift, spiritual cleansing, reassembling emotional body, and mystical sight. This is the moon in Jupiter. So I feel like not only is this a blessing, there goes my freaking chills again, but I feel like it's a blessing from spirit, but it's also, a lot of times I feel like, just like in my opinion, I feel like when you want to worship, because people in organized religion, when you worship or whatever, or even with your spiritual practice, a lot of times that's kind of a thing. It's your ritual practice, whatever. The best way I feel like you can appreciate life and creation and this whole thing is living your life to the fullest and living it purely from your heart. And that's what your art is. It is that expansive, beautiful emotion, right? Jupiter and of the moon in Jupiter, that is your expansive spiritual nature of the moon, which is your emotions. And that's those waters, those deep waters being just spread out there, right? I don't know, but I'm just in the moment. But I feel like that's what this is. This is saying, this is your blessing. Your gift is a blessing, right? And then you're giving it back through your art, right? So I think that's just beautiful. And you're spreading it with others. You're allowing them to see that. Not only that, but you're blessing them with inspiration. And then my last card, because I like to do Crystal Angel oracles, because I don't know, I just like that deck. It's cute. With clear quartz, it says, let yourself feel all of your emotions. Your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance. And we kind of hinted on that a little bit. Whereas when we do art, when we express ourselves, all of the forms of our emotions, not just the joy and the pretty things, but sometimes the crappy things. That's where that temperance comes in. That's where that alchemization comes in. So I hope this meant something for somebody today, and I will talk to you guys later.